By the time the sun set here in Augusta on Saturday evening, golf fans had to be wondering, what did we just watch in the third round of the 2025 Masters Tournament? Tremendous theater by some of the best players in the world, and we got a dream matchup in that final round. Alongside two-time U.S. Open champion Andy North, I am Michael Eaves, and the way that Rory McIlroy and Bryson DeChambeau have played, they absolutely deserve to be in that final group.
Well, it's been fun. The power, the strength, the putting, everything they've been doing has been absolutely amazing.
Let's show you how they got there, because Rory McIlroy came in chasing on Saturday, hits an absolute bomb on the first hole, and that set his tone for the rest of the day.
Absolutely. Super aggressive off the tee, aggressive with the second shot, and then finish it off by knocking the putt in. You couldn't ask for a better start.
So that got him the first birdie. Then he goes to the par 5 second hole, and from off the green, his third shot, this was the shot he wished he could have had on 15 on Thursday.
Yeah, he just was able to put enough spin on it, control it, and let it just drift down the hill, and all of a sudden 3 under after 2 and the leader.
So that's 2 holes, and that's 2 threes on the card. So then we go to the par 4 third, looking for another 3.
Yeah, drives it right up below the hole. Absolutely easy pitch shot with a lot of spin. Beautiful, tough putt going down the hill, really, really quick, but he knocks it in.
He's 4 under through his first 3 holes. Then we move ahead to the 5th. This is a tremendous birdie.
And this is one of the hardest holes in the golf course. He knocks this one. This is now 9 under par for his last 13 holes that he's played.
First player in Masters history to record 3s in each of his first 6 holes, but then hit a bit of a lull here. That was a 3-putt on 10 for a bogey, and then we go to the 13th. This was a critical up and down for him.
Yes, this is a very difficult pitch, a little bit on a down slope. He's able to land it exactly where he wanted to, leaving himself a nice 4-footer, which he knocked in, and that really got the engine going and the train moving down the tracks again.
It got him to double digits under par, so as he stood here in the middle of the 15th fairway, his second shot to the par 5.
And this is absolutely magnificent second shot. Just launches it so high, comes down nicely and softly, trickles up there. That's even getting close to Eaves length.
And so after double bogeying this hole on Thursday, he probably had to feel as if this hole owed him a couple of shots, and he got him back with this putt.
Just 3 perfect shots. You couldn't have played the hole any better.
Second straight 66 Rory McIlroy. He shoots 12 under on his round, but as we left the 15th hole for him, Bryson DeChambeau was 5 shots off the lead, and he needed to make something happen.
And he had a 7-iron second shot, pulled it left to the green. This is a marvelous pitch. He's going up a pretty good slope. He was able to keep it below the hole, setting it an easy birdie. And now here at 16. Holes cut left, very much like that Sunday hole location we see, but not quite as far back. He uses the slope. Exactly. We saw so many guys hit it in the water there trying to be really aggressive, pull it. If you hit it on the slope and pull it, you hit it stiff.
So that got him to -9, and then here at 18, from the far left side of the green, he hits a bomb.
48 feet, and it never looked like it wasn't going in. What a way to finish, and boy, does he have the patrons jacked.
And that was big because he was down 3 shots to Rory, but he makes that. He gets to -10, so he is 2 shots behind Rory McIlroy for the lead. Only player in the field to shoot 3 straight rounds in the 60s this week. They will play together in the final round. Here's how it stands right now. McIlroy, the 3rd player with the outright 54-hole lead with a chance to complete the career Grand Slam. Bryson DeChambeau trying to become the first player to win the Masters as the reigning U.S. Open champion since Tiger in 2001. And again, we had drama at the U.S. Open last year. Here's Rory being in that last group with a 2-shot lead.
I think I still have to remind myself that there's a long way to go. Just like I said yesterday, 18 holes. Just as much as anyone else know what can happen on the final day here. So I came in here talking about being the most complete version of myself as a golfer. And, I just have to keep reminding myself of that and remind myself that no matter what situation or scenario I find myself in tomorrow, I'll be able to handle it.
It'll be the grandest stage that we've had in a long time, and I'm excited for it. We both want to win really, really badly, and it's, there's a lot of great players behind us too. We've got to be mindful of that and focus on, it's about who can control themselves, who can execute the golf shots the best, and in regards to the patrons, it's going to be an electric atmosphere.
Yeah, that might be an understatement for what we're expecting. Give you a little context here. Rory and Bryson have played together 7 times in their professional careers. The last time was in LA at Riviera in 2021, the first 2 rounds. They've never done it, though, now in a major. Now they're trying to do it, each of them winning their first green jacket. What are you expecting from this pairing going off last on Sunday?
Well, I think this is going to be an awful lot of fun. I think it's going to be really important for these 2 guys. Look at Rory. He looks like he's absolutely under control. He's calm. He needs to keep that. Bryson is not that. He's up all over the place. You look at the driving distance. They're 1 and 2 in driving distance. I think it's going to be really important for them to focus on just trying to play their game and not get caught up in trying to outdrive the other guy. Maybe getting the honors early in the round and keeping it would be really important. And then I think overall they're both putting the ball incredibly well. They both had 25 putts on Saturday. Who can get out there and make sure they don't make a mistake with the putter, I think is going to be the winner.
When Rory McIlroy walked off the last hole Saturday, he became the 3rd player with the outright 54-hole lead and a chance to complete the career Grand Slam. Tiger did it in 2000. Gary Player did it in 1965. But how about the difference in personalities between these 2 guys coming off the golf course? Also, how they approach this golf tournament. How will that play out on Sunday, because so much is at stake here? None of the 5 players to complete the career Grand Slam required more than 3 attempts. This is Rory's 11th attempt, but he's by far in the best position to do so. Bryson, on the other hand, can join Tiger and Jack as the only players in the last 60 years to win the Masters and a pair of U.S. Opens. History says one of these 2 will don the green jacket Sunday afternoon. Only time will tell. Thank you for coming back here with us. Michael Eaves alongside 2-time U.S. Open champion Andy North. And look, we're going to get these guys in the last group, but we still had drama from them last summer at the U.S. Open when Rory McIlroy had a chance to win. He couldn't make putts down the stretch, and Bryson gets his 2nd U.S. Open.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting with them playing together. It's the first time they've played together in a major championship. Here's Rory, what it looked like was going to be for the win. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. Bryson was waiting back off the left fairway at 18. Hit it into this spot, and this is one of the great shots, maybe one of the 5 or 6 best shots in a major championship ever, and left himself with a much easier putt than Rory had. Rory's was a slider. This one is pretty much straight up the hill in, and at this point in time, Bryson's got himself 2 of those nice big silver trophies.
And look at the celebration. He was so excited. Obviously, the dejection, the heartache from Rory McIlroy. Didn't even address the media after that. He went right to his car and left. And the question was, when could he get it back to be in a position to win again? Here he is. So now, he's been here before. He's had the lead in the Masters before, back in 2011. He collapsed on the second 9 on Sunday. How does he get it done here?
Well, I think the biggest thing right now, he's the calmest I think I've seen him in a long, long time on the golf course. He keeps that calmness, and he keeps making some putts. He's putting the ball beautifully. If he can keep doing that, he's going to be really hard to beat.
And the theatrics that he brought to the opening holes on Saturday were indicative of how well he can play on this golf course.
Well, he's really doing everything really well. I think if you kind of, the eyeball test, it just looks like he's playing better than everybody else. And this shot at 15, that was just absolutely gorgeous.
Little get back for what happened on Thursday. Again, Rory McIlroy trying to complete the career Grand Slam, but also he hasn't won a major since 2014. Sure. It's been a significant drought considering how good of a player he has been. And then you got Bryson trying to chase him down for a 2nd time, as he did last year at Pinehurst. Bryson in this mix. Obviously, now they're in the final group. But here's the deal. You mentioned this, how well he has played. After that 72 on Thursday, McIlroy has posted back-to-back 66s, the 6th player with consecutive rounds of 66 or better in Masters history. Each of the last 4 times it's happened, Spieth in 2015, Tiger twice, Raymond Floyd back in 1976, they went on to win the green jacket. So everything points to Rory finally getting it done with a 2-shot lead going into Sunday. But that guy, last one on the tournament practice area, fine-tuning some things before he gets to Sunday.
He's now well over 1,000 shots on the range. We showed a graphic early in the day. It was 9-something. So he is a ball-striking machine.
10:15 ESPN Plus, our final round coverage begins with feature groups and featured holes. We'll see you Sunday from here in Augusta.